Good morning, everyone. Kitty Foster, your storytelling astrologist, reader of the stars for November 4th and November 5th. November 5th is the full moon in Taurus. And what's been happening is there's been an unfolding of information, this shift, and all of a sudden things are starting to fall into a different sense, a new sense in this whole transformational energy that is the time of Scorpio. And be aware today of how you use your voice, how your voice steps forward, and how the discernment needed on what it is you want to transfer, transform, move ahead, and the very essence of how you experience it and use that voice today. So, here we go. Today on the 4th, take a pause. Today, it's a wow pause, as that moon that's ending its beginning in Aries asks for discernment around what we learn, how we nurture. It's how the day starts, and that's how the day goes out. And when it moves void, of course, that's when your own moon, of course, steps forward with your own energy that has been sparked by something new, getting ready to kind of stabilize as it moves into Taurus. You begin something that looked for that midpoint between the incorporation of your new understanding of harmony and what is important and love itself. This is not an easy journey today. It is a journey that calls us forth from a very deep level. And as we look at our own experience and patterns, we see the moon as it moves into that pedantic, moves only at its own pace energy of Taurus. And this energy, also, by the way, Taurus, ruled by Venus, is working with our will energy that moved into Sagittarius today. That's at 0 degrees. So that's at its purest level of the truth of what we're aligning our will with that steps forward. And again, there's a discernment needed around what are we expanding, what are we working independently from in this moon. It is setting us up for this great reveal. How and where the energy gets kind of interesting here. This is how it gets kind of interesting because we have Mars that is newly in Sagittarius at 0 degrees, is in a opposition with Uranus. That's a classic kind of opposition, and it's not for the faint of heart. That's part of what is happening today. It's a heart transit. And movements, things are kind of electrified today. Performances and activations with words and deeds can look like words like hostility, unexpected, fear, outburst, etc. Or they can challenge us in what truth with chaos is awakening that we're meant to take some action around. Because again, Mars is about action. What is being developed in our own technologies right now, in our own understanding of ourselves. Often associated, this particular opposition can be with accidents. It also creates a tension between our freedom and our ideologies today, which can lead to an excitement in travel and intellectual pursuits, and that is more of an expanded pursuit of that energy to tune into today. It steps forward, leading us into this full moon. Today is all about setting that up. And then tomorrow, when we have this full moon that's in Taurus, there's an opposition with the sun in Scorpio. So it's very much about, there's a real light shown on what we need to change and what moves us forward and what moral compass, what values, I try not to use the word values because that's kind of transactional, what we honor, what we cherish, what moral compass beliefs need to be the catalyst internally for the change we want to make in alignment with who we're being asked to be. So these came forward today. Be prepared. Be prepared to stop, because we are talking about Taurus. Taurus moves at its own pace, and look inward. Look for, what is it you honor? What is it you cherish? What brings that moral compass forward for you, not in a champion way, though that's important, but in a quiet way. I'm going to live my life in my essence, in my consciousness? Number two, what can we let go of that we think had brought us forward and realize, no, this doesn't serve me? Perhaps it's some words. Just this morning, I realized there's a couple words I'm going to let go of. If I expect respect in one way, the other words I use are not equally as respectful. And number three, let go and forgive what for you and your energy has kept you out of your own alignment. Forgiveness, of course, starts with yourself, and forgiveness isn't about making it okay. It's about allowing yourself to understand, I can let go of this now. It served a purpose at one time, and now it no longer serves a purpose for me, including how I view other people. This Taurus moon will ask us to move at the pace we need to move, one step, one moment at a time as we look at this full moon. Tune into your body. Taurus is all about the body. It will let you know how. It will lead you in a way and feel where these things show up in your body. This Mars Uranus conversation is an awakening, chaotic, but it is an awakening of aligning at the very purest level. What truths am I willing to live my life for? I'm Kitty Foss, storytelling astrologist. I will be back on Thursday. I myself will be traveling. I hope you have an amazing couple day. Enjoy the light of the moon. Namaste.